Hey everyone, welcome to BLAB. I'm Bren, the host of this presentation, and I'm extremely excited because I have Justin. Justin's here with us. How are you doing over there, Justin?
I am fantastic. How are you?
Not too bad. We're having some really great weather in Ohio. Now, what hardiness zone are you in right now?
11.
Okay. So, do you want to make everyone jealous and tell us where you're streaming from?
So I'm here in lovely Miami, Florida.
Yeah. Which it is how warm today?
It's about 75. We're having a cool streak right now. It's been unusually warm and in the upper 80s the last few weeks.
Very nice. So you're just surrounded by green and beautiful things, aren't you?
We are. It is a lush gardening paradise down here.
Yeah. So maybe you can share with us what exactly is it that you do down there? You're with Casta Farms and Exotic Angel, is that correct?
So Casta Farms is one of the country's largest growers of houseplants. We have the Exotic Angel brand of really cool, really interesting specialty houseplants. And we ship them across the country. We ship them to Canada. We ship them through the Caribbean. It's really fantastic. We try to make it super easy to get our plants.
Very cool.
I down here run the social media, the website, and also our consumer insights to really help try to make sure that what we're doing is the best for home gardeners who want to grow plants indoors or out.
All right. So speaking of Twitter, if you're joining us live today in this BLAB, we'd love it if you would click over to the side there. You'll see a Twitter button. Hit tweet it out to your friends. Let everybody know that we're here. We're talking with Justin. And Justin, so where can people follow you on Twitter?
We don't do a lot on Twitter, but it is the Casta Farms handle, twitter.com/Casta Farms.
Okay.
We're on the other platforms too, like Facebook, facebook.com/Casta Farms, Instagram, Pinterest.
That's awesome. And I'm obviously a Twitter freak, but there's also a Facebook link there that people can click as well. And just let everybody know that we're here and we're talking with Justin, and we just want to share the love and promote growing houseplants indoors. Now, what is the date? The date's coming up for this National Houseplant Awareness, or what is that?
January 10th. It's National Houseplant Appreciation Day, which is one of my favorite days because, we have houseplants. Most of us have houseplants in the house all year, and so it's really easy to just kind of overlook them.
Yeah. So I want to ask the audience, if you're joining in with us today, you're welcome to share questions on the side if anyone has anything they'd like to ask Justin. In the meantime, I have a question for you. How long have you been gardening and growing houseplants?
Oh, that's a good question. I have been doing it really all of my life. I was one of those lucky people who was, from a very early age, knew what I wanted to do. And so I've probably been gardening since I was 5 years old. One of my first houseplants was a spider plant.
Oh, you got that was my next question.
I kind of like some of the newfangled houseplants as much as I do the old-fashioned ones. One of the ones I'm really digging right now is called red egglonema. Red egglonema is super cool because it has this nice, colorful foliage. Oh, great. Perfect visual aid. And it's so hard to kill.
Yeah, and you know what?
All year.
If you saw the soil, you would be very disappointed in me because I have not watered this probably since Christmas.
I know, that's the great thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah. and I have a wood burning stove here at my house. That's what we heat our house with. So plants tend to get kind of dry.
Yeah, it's super dry.
This is a trooper, I'll tell you.
Great choice, Bren.
Yeah. So, let's see. I'm just checking the room. No one's. That's fine. So, if somebody's new to growing houseplants, what would you recommend? Like, where should they start?
I would start at typically like a big box retailer or a mass merchandiser. They have more of those general easy plants than the specialty nurseries probably do. Once you get into it, then specialty nurseries, you can find some of the really cool, interesting, unique, exotic house plants. But you can't go wrong with the classics. Snake plant, for example, is a great one that practically anybody can grow. It doesn't need natural light, water, once a month, and it'll still survive. It's just so perfect and fantastic.
You do. You have an excellent point there about the big box stores. That's their business. They put all those plants out there that, first of all, they've got to survive being in the store, because most of the time you don't get a store that they actually take a lot of time to take care of the plant, right?
It's a little true.
Yeah, so that's like the great place to start if you're not sure. But then also focus on the fact that our independent garden centers, which I know a few that have some Casta Farms plants in their nurseries too. But you'll get a little more tender love and care from those IGC owners, right?
Exactly.
All right. So why houseplants? What is the benefit of having those indoors with us?
There are so many benefits, and so many that people don't realize. One of my favorite benefits is that they clean the air. Some scientific research from NASA shows that they remove harmful VOCs like formaldehyde and benzene from the air that we breathe every day. And this is really important because these chemicals are being released from all kinds of things all around us. For example, carpet, printer toner, dry cleaning chemicals, even the chemicals we use to clean our house. All of these things give off low levels of VOCs, and we don't want them to build up. And so houseplants scrub the air right clean. But then there's also a lot of scientific research that's been done over the past 10 or 20 years that show plants have really great psychological benefits that can help us feel happier. A great study showed that plants can reduce blood pressure just being around them. They help us feel more calm, help us feel more relaxed. They're great to have it on a desk if you have kids. Some studies have shown that they can improve cognition, memory, and learning skills. Just all kinds of great benefits, especially as we live more and more and more inside, and we get to experience more and more of a digital world. Having that touch of the outside, that touch of natural, it really, really impacts our psyches.
That's great. That's a great point. Let's see. Do we have a question that popped up? Let's see. Nope. We'll just go ahead into the next question here, I guess. So, can anyone grow houseplants? I mean, can you share? How about you share some of your tips on keeping plants healthy?
So the number one tip for houseplants, just like the number one tip for any kind of gardening, is putting the right plant in the right place. You do that, you're not going to go wrong. One of the myths about houseplants is that they need sunlight, and that's not true at all. A lot of plants will grow beautifully under artificial lights. Just the fluorescent lights in your office, for example, can be great for growing plants. And so you don't need to have a big window. You don't need to have direct sun. As long as it's typically bright enough for you to read by throughout most of the day, you can grow a lot of these low light plants just fine. The biggest mystery when it comes to houseplants is watering. I get so many questions about that every day. And one of the great general rules for indoor plants is water when the top inch or so of the potting mix dries out. On average, that's going to be about once a week, but it really depends on the size of the plant, the size of the pot, how dry your air is, how much sun it gets, a lot of other factors. But just drop your finger into the soil, and if you feel some moisture, you probably don't need to water yet.
Sounds great. And I get in trouble because I have to admit, in one of my bathrooms, I have I have a half bath, which is very convenient because it's near the garden, right? But it doesn't have a window. It's kind of like we have this big room, we can fit a bathroom. I'm like, yes, but I actually have a fake succulent plant in there, which I know I've been yelled at by a few gardeners. There's no light in there, though. Is there anything that could grow in that kind of condition?
There's no light at all?
Well, I mean, obviously, when you turn on the light to use the restroom.
Typically, you're going to run into troubles there. Some
Okay.
of the lower light plants are ZZ plant and Sansevieria snake plant. So I would start with those, and if you don't have success, then you're probably not destined to success there.
All right. Just thought I'd ask. But so we have a question here from Lisa, who's the houseplant guru on Twitter. She is wondering, what is your favorite houseplant?
Oh, I was just writing an answer to her question. So I mentioned the red egg Lenila before, and I just can't say enough really good things about that. Personally, I'm so digging, I'm crushing hard on one of our new varieties called Jungle Queen. This is actually a tropical anthurium. It has big leaves. They can get like 3-4 feet long, and they're variegated, and no two plants are the same. It's really cool, really spectacular, stands out. And so I'm really excited for when we start shipping these.
Wow. When should we expect those? Do you know?
Small numbers this spring, and then we're hoping to build bigger numbers in the summer.
Okay, very cool. So you guys, I know we're talking about houseplants here, but I'm going to go ahead and share the link to if you want to follow Casta Farms and Exotic Angel on Twitter. There's their names right there. You just take that on over to Twitter and be sure to follow them. Hopefully you guys will announce when these plants come out on that, correct? Hopefully.
We do.
Okay. So do you guys, so do you guys still like do this big, the trials that you have? Do you still do those in January?
We do. We have a 2-acre trial garden, and just a week and a half away is our biggest event of the year. I've been putting in some late nights helping get ready for it. We call it Season Premiere, and here we show off the brand new varieties for the plant breeders that we work with all across the world. It's going to be our biggest season premiere ever. We have hundreds of new varieties, 2016, 2017 plants on display in the garden. And this is the first time that most people will get to see them. And so it's really, really exciting. We're actually having an open house Friday, I believe it's January 20th, from 7 in the morning until 1 p.m. And so if you'd like to come, if you happen to be in the Miami area, it's a perfect time to stroll through the gardens, see all these new things. Myself and some of our other experts will be on hand so we can talk about the plants, help answer your questions, and just really enjoy a nice Miami day.
It is. I had the opportunity to attend a few years ago. I can't remember if you were there or not. I
was, and it's so funny that I'm here now, isn't it?
I know, right? But I'll tell you what, that Casta family is amazing. And if you get the opportunity to go, so this event you're talking about is actually for growers. It's not like open to the public.
On Friday, we have an open house to the public. So anybody at all who wants to come by, more than welcome.
Okay. Well then, but so I think you have to be special to be able to get to try some of their Cuban coffee they have. I love that stuff.
I've started to live on Cuban coffee this time of year.
That was like a great treat. I remember. I can't remember. Is it? What's the woman who's Casta Farms? She's Maria, maybe, or darn it.
Maria Smith, our owner.
Yes. She spoke with us, and she gave us all a little treat.
Great session on sustainability and what Casta Farms is doing for the environment.
Yes. Well, it's been, gosh, I think that was like 2012, and that was a long time ago. But I just remember that coffee, and that family is wonderful. If our viewers ever get the chance to hear the story about Casta Farms and just how they came about and just where they came from. I mean, they were just a little IGC, and they grew to this huge international giant, pretty much, right? And the farms down there.
Casa Farms is still a family-owned. It's a 65-year-old company now, and we started. Our founder was growing vine-ripe tomatoes on the side of the road, and now we're the largest houseplant grower in the country.
That's awesome. Now and then, so if you come to these trials, you'll also be able to see these houseplants, correct?
Yes, we have our houseplant show at a different building. It's 10 minutes down the road at our headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a big booth with all of our houseplants at TPIE, which is the Tropical Plant Industry Exhibition in Fort Lauderdale later that same week.
Very cool. And but no vegetables, right?
No, we don't do a lot with vegetables. We do have a new program that we've launched called Flowers and Flavors, where we mix vegetables and herbs in a pot with flowers. We're trying to make it easier for people who maybe just have a deck or balcony to be able to grow something that looks pretty and be able to harvest from it as well. And so we'll be showing off our Flowers and Flavors combinations at our season premiere event in the Trial Garden.
That sounds awesome. Well, it's been an honor talking to you. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see all these new things that you're talking about with the houseplants, and hopefully everyone will get out there and celebrate National Houseplant Day by picking up a houseplant by Casta Farms.
We'd sure love it if you do. Thank you very much for having me on, Bren. It's great to see you again.
You too, Justin.